So this is definitely not the season to be doubtful and to second guess yourself. The divine downloads that you're getting about the change that needs to happen is not just a fleeting thing. Feeling this feeling of outgrowing a situation, needing to spread your wings, needing to move. So yeah, it will be fine if you shift course, if you make moves, if you want to do something different. Yeah, the message says it will be fine. Stay the course. It's the right path. So this energy that you have towards this shift and the change is correct. There is definitely a divine um, spark and intention and nudge against this particular move that you want to make, this particular situation that you want to explore, this particular course of study, this particular career move, shifting, um, shifting from maybe a more logical mind to a more creative one. So the next card we have, we'll come back to that because I want to definitely clarify all of these. The next message that I got was remember that the right word at the right time can mean something life changing. So, in the moments when you are going through your doubts, in the moments when you are feeling very, very low, in the moments when you are just not enjoying things at the time, just remember how wonderful it is to use the right words. Using the right words, saying the right things at the right time can spark inspiration in somebody. It can be a balm of healing. It could be that right type of affirmation, confirmation for yourself and others. It could be you just, the way the Most High just speaks through us, the way our spirit team just speaks through us. That right word at the right time can mean so much. So if you are led to say something, speak a word, speak a truth, speak to the life in somebody, then do so. There is a divine reason why these words have been put in your heart to speak, or put on your tongue, or put on your chest, or in your throat to speak. Right? And the next message was meditation is key. Focus, but allow your mind to play. This message is very, very key and very poignant for those who have found their mind to be very, very full. There is a lot of tasks that you want to get done. You have a beautiful checklist, and at times when you're feeling very high and motivational and optimal energy, looking at that list fills you with excitement and vim. On the flip side, it can also fill you with dread when you are thinking of everything you need to get done and your mind is racing in the time when you should be still. Don't force your mind to be still. Allow your mind to do the dance. Allow the thoughts to come and go as they may, and get into the habit of not judging what these things are. Just observe them and keep it stepping. Um, there are going to be key things that are going to be given to you when you just allow yourself to relax. I'm hearing some people in their meditation don't even fully relax. There's a fear of going too deep. There is a fear that you're not going deep enough. There is no right and wrong, really. It's just about holding space and allowing time for attention so that you can connect with Source, that you can have that intimate and quiet moment with the Most High and your team. You know, that's the aim, is to get comfortable and start to having that relationship with yourself, essentially. So we'll go back to that. So this is a hard but necessary lesson to learn. Now, for those who are having it quite rough with a particular relationship, whether it be romantic or platonic in nature, there is a relationship right now that is causing a lot of friction. It is pulling on the more shadowy side of yourself. You're tinkering on the edge of, I don't like you very much. They're also triggering you to look at what it is that you are allowing. They're also triggering in you the review. What is going on with this relationship? What is this connection saying? What does this connection say about me? What is this connection feeding in my life? What am I doing here? It's a hard and necessary lesson to recognize where we allow people to take advantage, where we have not drawn any real boundaries, where we have bent over backwards to be helpful, um, people pleasing, jumping in to fix and save the day, when sometimes some people are just meant to go through their season of shadow because that is the season that they're in. And when they get through their season of shadow, they will have the wisdom enough to tell those around them what lessons they learnt when they came out of their shadowy season. So for some of us, it's quite difficult to watch people around making decisions or doing things or whatever and want to course correct, but understand that that's not your job. Your job is not to intercede on that. Your job is to do like what the card says. Remember that the right word at the right time could be life changing. So you refer things, you yeah, make a recommendation for a book or whatever, some type of something. Whether they take it yes or no is none of your whole business. The Most High has a plan for all of us, and we need to step back and remember that yes, we have a cape and we have capabilities that are beyond sometimes what we even allow ourselves to believe. But the Most High has everybody, even if their position looks crazy and it's like, this is nuts. The Most High has them in whatever season they're in for a reason. Their challenge is necessary. So it's a hard time, but but a very necessary lesson to learn. So make of that what you will. It's not going to resonate with everyone, so just take what resonates and leave what doesn't overall. But there are some lessons here that are very harsh, but they are necessary. So it says, it's high time you stop ramping. Now, this is for the crew that are sitting on things. They're sitting on talents, sitting on skills, sitting on information, sitting on resources. This isn't really the time to, what Spirit Team is saying, there are some of you who have hidden behind the caregiver role. And in this season, that excuse is not going to wash. That excuse, that um, limited viewpoint of yourself, that just being a caregiver, just being a mum, being a carer, being the supporter, a helpmate to somebody or a situation is enough in order for you not to fully live your potential. There is grace for you because ultimately what you're doing is a kindness and an act of love. And yes, it does serve your purpose to a certain degree because many of you who are in this role of caregiver are meant to be nurturers. Naturally, you are that way. So you are doing your vocation to a certain degree. And the reason why I say to a certain degree is because a lot of the things are centered around those who you are caring for and who you have responsibility for or guardianship for, or you have a sense of duty or responsibility to. It's a kindness. However, it's also been a shield to you and it's also been a crutch to you. So you can opt out of things because of so-called duties and responsibilities. You have shirked your own divine call to action, which has led you to be frustrated and at times quite resentful. So it's really high time you stop ramping with what it is that the Most High has within you to give to the world, whether that be whether you have got a spoken word for people, whether it's your life experience that someone needs to hear as the right word at the right time for that inspiration, for that spark. Um, Starting that business, having that conversation, starting that family, starting that spiritual journey, starting that quest, continuing on that journey, getting back on the horse, whatever it is, wherever you find yourself. And there's certain situations you know what it is that you are sleeping on, ramping with, playing with. You're joking. You're joking at the business on this one. It's not the time for that. And it's going to become increasingly more difficult to do so. So these lessons are going to be quite hard, but ones that you need to learn. Spirit team are here for the support. They are here giving you what it is that you need. And this is why they're highlighting today the things that they have seen. And these are the things that will help you to understand. Okay, so the next message that I got was it's time to create. Excuse me. So I think right off the back of stop ramping with your skills, abilities, and talents and your divine purpose, it's time to create. Being right next to it is a beautiful representation of the playfulness, that I was talking about with that meditation focus, where I was talking about meditation is key, but allow your mind to play. The same way sometimes your mind can race. Allow creativity to just do that. Allow your mind to race in how life can look. And becoming more creative will allow you to expand your expectation, expand your belief system around what it is that you can have, be, and experience. Because that is where we're at right now. We know we want more. We feel that we are meant for more. However, the mental maths and the emotional gymnastics that we have to go through to allow ourselves to believe, to push through that glass ceiling, that invisible wall, that we all must push through self-care, reflection, meditation, stillness, gratitude, and love, ultimately. And creativity is a beautiful vessel and a beautiful tool and something that the Most High revels in, because the Most High is creative. Most High is creativity itself. It's all encompassing. It's rich, deep, light, dark, all everything. It's the full spectrum. So yeah, this is a beautiful and wonderful opportunity to do things differently, um, change the order how you do things, turn things on its head. Don't be as logical as you usually are at this time, because there's something at the back of some uncomfortable things or some odd or weird things, as I think we get so comfortable in systematic um, action that sometimes we forget to be creative and that there's more for us if we just open up to that. So we also have the message is be detailed in your plans. The universe is listening. Once you get into that space where you're not ramping and you start to recognize the worth in what you have and you get creative, it will start to flow the things that you really, really want to see, achieve, and experience. So yeah, get detailed, get into the feeling space, do that mirror work, scrying, journaling, scripting, setting those intentions on your new moon, full moon. Do the stuff, do the work, get detailed, get real, and I think that creativity is going to really help you be more detailed in the desire to at least expand the creative horizon. and to get comfortable with this change that you feel evidently. And there is a reason why you feel that way, because there is some shifts going on planetary that are affecting all of us. So the last card we have now is now you already know it's time to move on. Now this old chestnut is for those who know that they're sitting in a situation, in a connection, in a job, in a mindset, in a space, in a phase, in a rut that they know it's high time to get out. So you already know it's time to move on. Take it as it resonates. Okay, so I just want to clarify before we get the final word. So it will be fine. Stay the course. It is the right time. The Knight of Swords. Passionately move towards the things that you are wanting. Yes, it's time. Carve out the situation. Set your own pace. That's the levels. It's clear. Let's do this. Remember that the right word at the right time can mean something life changing. We've got the Two of Cups. So in your partnerships, in your relationships, in all kinds of ships, supporting roles, whatever it is that you are doing in your courtships, the right word at the right time can mean so much. So if you are led to speak your truth, say something, give some type of advice, show some love, shed light on something, whatever it is that you have within you to say, then please do, because all it's going to do is feed into the electricity that's already within this relationship. There is a beautiful bond that's here. There is somebody who's coming in as a huge collaborator. There is huge partnership energy across the board and a lot of love. So definitely remember to use the more kinder words, even if this is a time of correction. Okay, so meditation is key. Focus, but allow your mind to play. We have the Page of Swords. So again, mental, allow yourself time to play. I think the fact that we've got the Page of Swords here and it's a mental card, it's about the consciousness. Allow yourself the openness to play, to be free in the experience, to gather information. Remember that we are constantly gathering information and we are constantly sending out information into the universe, into the ether, through our thoughts, through our feelings, vibrationally. So allow yourself to play and also set your intentions when you're going into your meditations to get the information that you want. You can do that. That's what meditation is for, gaining answers, getting clarity. So this is a hard but necessary lesson to learn. We've got the Three of Swords. We've got swords on the deck quite hard. So a lot of mental things going on. Knight of Swords, Page of Swords, and now we've got the Three of Swords. So heartbreak, disappointment, betrayal, all the above, the things that sting, the things that didn't work, the relationships that didn't work, those who left you behind, the people that you had to leave behind, the things that have just been difficult, letting go of some of those habits, some of those people, places, and things that you have a huge attachment to. It's hard to let them go, but it's so necessary to find out who you really are without some of these crutches, without some of these people to imitate, these people to impress, with these people to stay up with. Who are you without those people's expectations or their judgments or their opinions and all kinds of things? Who are you without the cosign of others, without the approval of others? Who are you? And sometimes that is the hardest thing. So really, really have to look at yourself and to ask yourself and to dig deep and to really work out that some of the heartache that you're really feeling and some of the anger that you have towards some of these people who have hurt you, a lot of that anger that you have is towards yourself for allowing it to take place in the first place. So there is a lot of accountability, a lot of grace for the lesson. We all have to go through lessons. We've all taken the L's in the love department, in relationships, in life. Life is challenge. So just stay the course. There is beautiful wisdom and love at the back end. As again, you can see there is Two of Cups here. There is love here. There is partnership. The right type of people will come in, but it will need for old energies and old things to come on out. So it's high time you stop ranting. Let's get the clarification on that. Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in, making decisions and seeing the fulfillment of things coming to the forefront. Your desires coming on the horizon, becoming excited, knowing that the world is your oyster. You have a real life situation here. This is a passionate move forward. Once you realize what you have, when you see the impact that you can make on a larger scale, you'll still be the caring, loving person. However, you'll be doing it at a high rate and you'll be able to support far more people. So your natural caregiving, supportive, encouraging nature can take place this way, but it will have a fire, it will have an extra layer of vim and another layer of protection and another layer of spark and inspiration and passion, because you now are feeding into you. The passion within you has been ignited. You are now not just feeding other people's flames, you are feeding your own. So this is great to see that this is the energy. So yeah, please keep that going. That is definitely the energy here. Right, it's time to create. We've got the Strength card here, and we've also got the we had Strength in the reverse and also the Page of Cups in the reverse. Now I don't really usually do reversals like that. However, I think where the Strength is in the reverse and the Page of Cups is in reverse, I think this is what we are moving out of. You are going to be moving out of a situation where you feel powerless, where you feel things are just mundane and you're just going along with the status quo. You don't think you have the energy, the know-how, the resources, the tools to change something, to shift something. And I think that's where creativity is going to come in. I think this is where you can tap into your childlike self. This is where you can tap into playing with your children, getting comfortable with doing different kind of tasks with the Page of Cups, with new feelings, emotions, feeling all over the shop. I think being creative with letting it all out on a page or on a canvas or singing it out or whatever it is that you have within you to do creatively that you've always enjoyed, or something that is a new passion, will definitely be supportive of you moving forward on the next level here. So yeah, we're moving out of feeling stuck or powerless or just tired and drained. Tapping into being creative in your current situation will allow you to have much more fun and creative freedom to show up whichever way you like. So let's see what this be detailed in your plans is about. Okay, so we've got the Two of Swords here. So I feel like we are moving from a state where we are crazy, conscious minded, and everything is logical. We are stepping into a magical manifestation stage when we are detailing the things that we want. And we are going to have to be mindful of the mind and the brain telling us that what we're talking about is poppycock, complete, utter madness. What do you mean you want this and you only have that? Where are you going with your chest high? Where are you going with this ideas above grandeur? Like, who do you think you are? Settle yourself down. You're going to have to manage those thoughts. And every time they come in, disintegrate them with every day I'm becoming better and better. Every day I am becoming more accepting of my divinity and accepting of what I deserve as a child of the Most High. Like what you're talking about. This is where your affirmations, this is where your scripting, this is where your visualization, this is where your silence and your dream time is, you know, going to be it's going to be supportive of you moving through the limitations of what you believe you can have when you are thinking of the things that you want and when you are needing to be detailed in your thing, and it's going to be helping you to be more high vibrational as well. So lastly, now you know it's time to move on. What is this in regards to? Let's see. I just saw the Hierophant. It comes back out and we'll see if that's what it is. Okay. So you know it's time to move on. We've got 3 energies. So we've got the Hermit. So I feel like you know that it's time to move on from that friendship group, from that particular institution, from that particular habit, people, places, and things. You know you need to go within. Like I said before, who are you without all those people you need to prove things to, or that you need to, or you need validation from, or who you get your advice from? It's really about turning inward and becoming more introspective and trusting your own judgment. This is where creativity is going to support you in being wild in your thinking, because it's not about being logical, it's about being open to opportunities and experiences that are different to what you have done in order for you to keep moving. Like I said, there is an ascension happening. There is a movement, there is a shift taking place within you, and there is an energy that wants things to stay the same. And you have to fight, not say fight, you have to be intentional about what it is that you want to do. And one of the best ways to do that is to get quiet and go within, hence the Hermit. We've also got the 3 of Cups, that friendship group, them girlies. It might be time to take a little 1-2 breaks from that, or it also might mean that it's now time for you to move on from being in that hermit mode. If you are someone who hasn't been connecting, then maybe it's time that you move on from being in your own head, listening to your own thoughts, not having any outside influence, knowing that you need fresh ears, you need fresh air, you need fresh perspective, you need a step back that's going to allow you to do it differently. Okay. And then lastly, we've got the Empress. So you know that there's something that needs to get birthed. And I think with this energy and all of the things that you have within your arsenal, it is definitely within your best interest to birth the things that you want to birth. Move on from feeling like you have to mother everybody, you have to take on board everything. Use your wisdom to support, but not to hinder what it is that you have to give. You are a natural nurturer. Empress is someone who is full of wisdom. They have been there, done that, got the t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? So they have a huge wealth of knowledge and wisdom and influence. So recognize that within yourself and make sure that you're putting yourself as a priority. If you are loving on yourself and you have much more energy, vim, and good things to give to those around you. Okay. So very lastly, the last cards that we got as a final word from the spirit team that will help you within this space, within this ascension season, where we are in this huge shift that is taking place. We have spiritual guidance is available 24/7. Just ask. Spiritual guidance is available 24/7. Just ask. Get into talking to your team. Get into remembering your prayers and gratitude, talking to the Most High. There is power in prayer. I align myself with my true calling. I align myself with my true calling. Okay, again, we're not ramping and sleeping on our dreams and our goals and our talents. It's not that. We're aligning with our true calling, which is to be the fullest version of who we are and what we have to offer this universe as a way of the things we offer. And then we have lastly, money equals energy. It flows in and out. That is going to be for those who, this is going to be helpful as a reminder for those who are going through it quite rough right now financially. It is energy. And again, it's going to be around your thoughts and what you believe. So speak life into your situation. Speak life into your financial situation. Speak life into what it is that you're here to do, your purpose. Money is energy. So be light energy. Be generous of mind and heart. Be giving because it flows in and out. So don't hold on to it like it's not going to come back because that's how you stifle the vibes. All right. So that is the energy that I get for you guys. Listen, stay the course. You are on the right path. Remember that the right word at the right time could be life changing. Okay? This is a very hard but necessary lesson. Meditation is key. Focus, but allow your mind to play. Okay? It's high time you stop ramping. It's time you create. Get detailed in your plans. The universe is listening. And now you already know that it's time to move on. And those are the main messages from the team. So keep it moving. Much love, you are being seen. Stay the course. Blessings.